Hi, this is Julie with Skunk Magazine in the Highway, and I am here with Beard Brothers Farms, Jeff and Bill Levers, and we're super excited to have you guys here with us today. And also with Jonathan Waldman from Forever Flowering Greenhouses. We're going to talk a little bit about Beard Brothers and what they're up to, and also touch on their great friend, our great friend, Mickey Martin, at the end, and talk about what you guys want to say with that our fallen warrior, Mickey. So first off, guys, it's really a pleasure to meet you. I know you guys are saying that really you got started with the Beard Brothers brand back in 2014, and you really kind of blew up with this energy and this excitement. We were talking about this, how you are an Instagram wizard in terms of bringing to the people exactly the kind of news that they're interested in hearing. And so tell us a little bit about the Beard Brothers brand. Tell everybody a little bit about your commitments.
Well, what we try to do is we try to educate the community on current events from larger mainstream media outlets. Just trying to get out there that cannabis is a useful medication that has many facets that we don't even know anything about yet in reality, because there's been no scientific studies really done. So we just try to let it know. We want middle America to know that cannabis is not what they've been told it is. It's medication. It's non-toxic. It's non-lethal. And so we try to get news articles that we put on our page that help people make their own decisions. You know, I don't really try to sway it in one way or the other, or Jeff. We really just try to let people read and educate themselves and pull their own information from what we provide.
I think another aspect to it is that we're East Coasters. A lot of the people in California come from East Coast out to here, so they're coming from states that it's much more strict, much more restricted. So we always kind of look at it like, if we were back in Florida, what would we want to know about what's going on out here where it's the forefront? So it's kind of that perspective as well. We're trying to educate our friends back at home and our family members back at home and other people that just aren't experienced with cannabis yet, that it's not dangerous. It's actually a beneficial plant. There's actually so many uses that we can capitalize on that we haven't even tapped into yet. So
you guys are in it for the ride too, and to learn as you go and help build a bridge with what you're exploring with your brand. And that to me is the essence of craft culture and what we're fighting for. Jonathan writes regularly for the magazine as well, and is also from the Cannabis Conservancy, which is attempting to help protect craft culture, which we see getting attacked by greed and business as usual, versus honoring all the fighters and all those who have died in this war for cannabis legalization.
Yeah, and we were talking a little bit earlier before we started the interview that just by the fact of passing on unbiased information right now is very revolutionary, in today's world and in today's media. So, you guys were also mentioning how your move from Colorado out to California was in an effort to basically have a say in your future and a control of what your future would look like. I think this is really applicable in what's going on today, so I'd love to hear you guys speak to two things, really. That resiliency for folks such as yourselves, and how do you stay relevant in today's cannabis industry, if you will, but also the idea of controlling your future. You guys work with a lot of veterans, and I think vets are really an up-and-coming and very powerful presence within the cannabis industry, and it's really inspirational to see people that have really been forgotten about on a lot of levels by our country and by our government, and now cannabis is providing an opportunity. So I'd love to hear you guys talk more into that.
Well, one of the main reasons we do work with the veterans, our family history goes back a long way with America, and it's a fitting time to bring this up, because yesterday was July 8th, and They signed the Declaration on July 4th, 1776, but it was actually read on July 8th in 3 different locations, Trenton, Philadelphia, and Easton. And it was our relative, who my middle name is after, Robert Levers, was the one who read it in Easton in 1776. So we're very patriotic Americans, and we take a lot of pride in that. And the treatment that our veterans get coming back from the experiences they go through, I just don't understand how people can stand for it, period. So we don't look to align ourselves with any organization. We just look to help the vets, the guys that are struggling with day to day from coming back from serving their country, and their country is trying to just force feed them pharmaceuticals. So that's where our interest in serving the vets comes from. We also do a lot of work with the Life Without Parole, Stephanie Landa and Let Freedom Grow, trying to keep commissary on the books of these guys that are doing 25 and 30 years for the same things we're out here enjoying all weekend.
Absolutely.
So I think people need to remember there's a lot of trailblazers that deserve a lot of respect, a lot of recognition, and they don't always get it. So, and Mickey is definitely one of those people. Mickey paved the way for us to do what we're doing and be where we are. And I don't know if Bill wants to add a little bit more.
The thing with the veterans is it just kills us that these people can go put their life on the line, and they come back and they get treated like that. You know, there's a natural non-toxic medication that can help these guys, yet the VA just wants to give them pills because our government is whatever they're doing with these pharmaceutical companies, whether it's bribes, back pay, I don't know what it is, but they sure do want to force pills down their throat. So that's the thing that got us. It just doesn't, it's not fair for these guys go out like that.
No, 22 suicides a day.
Yes, 22 a day, every single day.
Disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. Yeah, it's about bringing the sacred back to life and honoring things, having respect for the and reverence for the things, these interconnected things. We can't send men to war and women to war and then not take care of them on the back end. We can't make tons of money off of this plant while millions have died on behalf of it.
Still suffer.
Yeah, so it's really wonderful that you guys are tying in that philanthropy to your commerce and telling that story with everything that you do. It's incredible. So let's go to Mickey, because we saved it for the end, because everybody is still raw, I would say, from Mickey's passing. And so I wanted you guys to have a chance to tell the story of your friendship and the inspiration that he gave to you, just like he gave to so many people. Thousands upon thousands of people were inspired by Mickey and his bullhorn and his passion. So who wants to go first?
Like a lot of people, we found out about Mickey through his activism. Found how when Oakster Dam got raided, I believe it was 2011 or 12, he was out there with a bullhorn screaming at federal agents. And it just blew us away that somebody was that brazen for something that he wasn't vested in at all. He was out there doing it for the betterment of all of us, and basically trying to point out that treatment was not correct. And when we moved out here into SoCal, Mickey had Compassion edibles. Long time ago it was tainted. If you ever had a Reefer's peanut butter cup or a Stoner's bar in place of a Snickers bar, that was from Mickey. He did that branding 10 years prior to anybody else doing that. He was that far ahead of the curve on everything. And when he was looking to expand that to SoCal, we basically harassed him to let us be his reps in SoCal, because we wanted to work with him. We wanted an opportunity to be closer to him. And to gain the kind of friendship that you got and a mentorship from him is irreplaceable. And to have him just disappear like that is really hard to take. And it's a huge void that I don't think the community really understands how big of a chasm that is.
I can't talk. You guys say that.
I just agree with you. He was a dynamo, a tornado of energy, willing to say things that other people didn't. And there is a missing place. And we don't have another person quite like that, who is covering the nation and really, connecting all these different states. Right? He had
Absolutely.
East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah. Mickey was the kind of guy that he, like Jeff said, he didn't care. It was just about a fight. He used to say it's just about a plant and some freedom. The reality of it with Mickey. I think the best thing with Mickey is he came out with that slogan a while ago at the Boston Freedom Rally. I like weed and I'm a good person. Period. End of story. It's really that sums the whole thing up. It doesn't. Society wants to define you by your cannabis use, and that's not really possible. So the stereotypes still linger, and Mickey is one of those people that fought that hand and fist. Just average people use cannabis. It's just common. It's been vilified. So Mickey was the guy that people don't know, but the freedoms they enjoy were from Mickey.
And just kind of a last word on it is, he tried to do everything for others. He wasn't trying to do things for the benefit of himself. It was for the greater good of the community. So I would say, if you're a family person yourself and you're in this industry, he has a wife and kids left behind, no insurance, because none of us can legally be covered like that yet. We're still in that gray area. So his family is suffering more than all of us. If you're able to donate to him, if you feel like you need to show some respect for why you're able to have these freedoms, definitely do that. If you've never read Mickey's stuff, you need to go to weedactivist.com and read some of his blog entries and see where his views were and how long ago they were. And take what he did of always having a voice and always stepping up and always being there for others, and try to incorporate that. Yes, everybody wants to make money in this industry. Everybody needs to survive. But you can do that in a positive way where you inspire others to help others, and it just continues to cascade. And that's the thing I take away from these types of events so much, is the community. People we see from NorCal and from Oregon and from Washington that we only see once or twice a year come up to you and hug you like they're family. And that's what Mickey was trying to bring more of about. And so continue to do that. And as you guys hear, Parents for Pot is an organization that Mickey helped start. It's for people who are being charged and sentenced to crimes that have kids behind that need help. We do a holiday drive for that. That's going to be renamed in Mickey's honor. It's a fantastic opportunity to help people. And just the organization in general. If you want to get involved in your state, that's a perfect organization to get involved with and really get passionate about something. That's the biggest thing I take from Mickey, is he was passionate about everything he did.
Absolutely.
You never got a half-assed answer or response or anything like that from Mickey. You got a 110% answer, all of his feeling, all of his knowledge behind it.
Yep.
And he just will be terribly missed.
We will. And we all need to figure out how we're going to stand up for the voiceless and the weakest in our community like he did. So thanks, guys, so much for stopping by. I know you guys are making donations. You've donated on the GoFundMe page. There's information all over the place. All you got to do is Google it. Jonathan, do you want to say anything to close about Mickey? And then we can just finish there. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone.
Yeah, just really inspirational in the sense of, it really is up to each one of us as individuals to get involved. Get involved politically, get involved at your local level. Let the work of others inspire us to become greater people, to inspire our children, and to really be the voice that is going to help really shape the regulations. One thing we are lucky is that we do exist in these times when the regulations are being shaped. So the more that our voice is heard, the more that people get out and speak out like Mickey, is the opportunity for us to actually see laws that reflect our belief systems and what we're really fighting for out here.
Yeah. And continue to band together. Put down your spears. Put down those stupid egoic things, and get behind what's really important about this community and this plant. Thank you so much, Mickey Martin, for all you've done for the community. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, Beard Brothers, for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.